Welcome back. Thank you, Medino, for the host. Welcome to all your viewers. You're about to watch Media versus BuLL Team's game number 3. BuLL Team, or BuLL Clan even, are currently 2-0 in the lead. And it's going to be up to Media's next contender here to keep their hopes alive in the series. Obviously, if Media want to take it to the ace match, they're going to have to win 3 in a row. Now, can they do it? I think if anyone can start off the comeback, it's going to be this man as we introduce our players. So, for BuLL Team, we're going to have Empute. Now, Empute has won both of his games so far this round. He did lose both of his games last round, though. He did lose one of those against his opponent's race, which is going to be Terran. That's right, we've got a PBT here. Nyoken fighting for Media, obviously a little bit more well known in the foreign community, has been around for ages. Does currently cast a lot with Jaeyoon and Shamtu on Hay and also the NA team battles and things like that. Nyoken, a very, very good Terran player from North America. Empute, a very good Protoss from Bolivia as well. So I'm really excited how this is going to go. Nyoken with a winning percentage at the moment against Protoss, so statistically the matchup is in his favor, but this is going to have to be decided whether that will continue as we head on into Icarus as our third map of today. Now Icarus, a very, very cool 4-player map. Back in 2010 when this map was introduced, a lot of people on Team Liquid, I remember this vividly, said this is the most boring map in the world. And, I mean, these are the same people who sit there and say Fighting Spirit is the most exciting map in the game and it should never go anywhere. So, I'm looking at you guys. Icarus, very standard map. 4-player map, obviously. 12, 6, 3, and 9 o'clock spawns. Third gas locations in the corner as well. No mineral onlys to be found on this map. And there is, of course, a droppable natural as well, which if Nyoken does choose to go in to tank drops or anything like that, we could see a little bit of drop action on this map, if anything. Currently, we've only had 2 PBTs here, but it's been a 1-1 as well. So, without further ado, let's get in to game number 3. It's BuLL's Empute versus Media's Nyoken in game number 3 of week 4, day number 1 of round 3 of the STPL. And that was a mouthful, and I kind of did that just to see if I could, okay, that's just, yeah, it is on the right speed. Okay, so, starting us off here in the 6 o'clock position in the orange is going to be fighting for Media. It's Nyoken. And his opponent spawning here in the 3 o'clock position as our red Protoss. It's going to be Empute. Now, I did say in the last game that TVP is one of my favourite matchups, so kind of looking forward to see how Nyoken plays this out. Obviously, we saw a little bit of a passive style early on from Atrak, not really doing too much. Taking a very quick expansion behind mines, going into just 2 factory for a long, long time while he took 4 bases behind those mines. Future obviously not able to punish him as much. And I guess it's Empute, but I keep saying Empute, don't I? It's probably wrong. I struggle with, like, Latin American names. And I hope Bolivia's Latin America, otherwise I've just said something really, really offensive, and I didn't mean to. But South American names, especially IDs and stuff. That's why I like Terra and Dandy, like, you can't really say those wrong. But it looks like Nyoken is going to be going for his oh, this is going to be his barracks, actually. Now, the thing that worries me here is I'm fairly certain this is blocking his command center. Like, I'm fairly certain the command center goes here, so he's going to have to lift his barracks at some point. Now, there has been some very funny games I've played, at least, where this has happened. I've lifted my barracks, and then, like, a probe has just been chasing it forever. So, hopefully we're not going to see that. Hopefully Nyoken is going to be able to get up his expansion. It looks like the probe actually went down. This guy on 5 health, he's going to go home a hero. probably be let out of the SCV suit at some point as well to live his daily life. Empute going for a relatively standard opening here, going into gas after a gateway. Kind of a quick expansion in these positions, a little bit harder for Protoss really. It's hard for Terran as well, but yeah, there we go. It looks like Nyoken did misplace that. So luckily enough for him, there wasn't a probe to block his barracks forever, because that is the most frustrating thing in the world and you can actually lose. Now it looks like we are going to have a quick expansion. It's going to be a 14 next coming in here from Empute. Now, realistically, this isn't too bad of a choice. He knows there was no gas here for Nyoken, so he knew it was going to be a 1 ranks double. Now this is a good wall in here by Nyoken, going to keep his Marine alive, obviously allow him to sort of micro in and out against any Zealots. Now this isn't going to be Zealot tight on the right, but we're going to see a bunker coming in the front of this as well. Now, while this is good to deal with Dragoons, obviously he's going to be building it where there's a lot of surface area, which makes it very difficult to repair it, and it's actually quite far back from the main ramp, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Empute to really take that out a little bit later if he goes into range quite quickly. Now, Nyoken is in the main base, so he does know exactly what's going on, has likely seen that range is on the way. Interestingly, no Dragoon as of yet. Empute is actually really badly supply blocked right now, so it's either Empute is supply blocked or he's deliberately playing super greedy, as he is going to go into a robo facility. Now the one thing for Nyoken is he should see that this is actually going to be coming up, so although he's not actually scouted the range or the gateway, so this is a little bit odd, but there we go, he's going to go back in. And now the problem is, he's going to see the range is upgrading, but he's not going to see any Dragoons. But he can't assume what's going on. He's going to have to think that maybe he's already just sent the Dragoon out and he didn't know my SCV was here or something. This SCV is going to move out. See, the Nexus is now up, so he is going to know he's up against a fairly greedy Protoss player here. And Lock-K, I do apologise for the fact there's only 1080p. Unfortunately, I am not one of the lucky affiliates who seems to ever get quality options. So I don't know how you get them. It seems to be completely random. I've had them maybe once in the 8 months of me doing the STPL. But I realise it does make it a little bit harder for some of you guys to watch. So I do apologise quite profusely. Obviously, if it is very, very laggy and you are having problems, the games are uploaded to the STPL TV YouTube after 24 hours, so usually the next day. That's usually because I finish casting quite late. So we are going to see a little bit of pressure finally going down on the bunker, force a few extra minerals to come out of Nyoken. But we've got a very, very quick observatory now. Empute is actually queuing up observers right now. I'm not really sure I agree with this too much. But he does know he's fairly safe, so it's not the biggest deal. Now, Nyoken has actually got into a very quick second gas, and he's actually not given that gas in. So that's a little bit of a mistake, but we do have the siege tank on the high ground, siege mode on the way. It is going to be a starport here from Nyoken, so Nyoken looking to put a little bit of pressure down on this ledge most likely. Could just drop vultures in the main as well. But this is kind of annoying for Nyoken, but the one benefit he does have is Empute is playing incredibly greedy. He's only got into a couple of Dragoons actually, and that's because he's taking a very, very quick third base. Now this third base is the furthest possible location away. I mean, if we just follow the map down, you can see just how far a push path this is. And now we got here just in time to see that the Dragoon did finally get taken down by these tanks on the high ground. But an additional 3 gateways coming in behind this. Going to give Empute a little bit of push power a little bit later. Now the observatory is coming in. The starport actually moving away into the observer range, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but the observer is going to see that there's a control tower on the way, so we're likely going to see a shuttle coming in quite quickly, and then we can see that started immediately afterwards. Now Nyoken does scan, sees the 4 gateways. They are quite late given the position and timing of the game, so Nyoken should know that there's a quick third base here. But we'll need to move into some vultures if he can to kind of just confirm that. Obviously it's quite difficult to just assume unless you're sort of Flash. Like Flash can basically look and say, well, there's one less probe than there normally is right now, so that's clearly a Nexus, or some other complete absurdity like that. But Nyoken is doing a relatively cool build, and one that I really do enjoy playing. Now, I don't usually go into one Rax expand behind this, but this Vulture going to move up. Oh, the Vulture's actually going to catch a couple of probes here. This is going to be a big moment in this game. He needs to attack the probes, though. Oh no, he's going to the wrong base. Nyoken, Vulture, come back. You've got a clear base here. And oh man, the probes are actually going to get here. They've got cannons defending them as well. And now, whether or not Nyoken just didn't see that on his minimap, in hindsight, he is going to feel really bad about that. He could have got about 5-6 probes with just that one Vulture. That would have been a very fantasy-esque move from him. Looks like we are going to have a second Vulture coming out. Speed is done, but the trouble is he's going to be up against a lot of Dragoons up here now. A lot of cannons as well. Mine's still not actually done. So he did go into speed before mines. Now, we do have a tank on the high ground. 7 kills on that guy already. Sorry, I missed that. 2 Vultures coming in as well, killing a lot of the probes. And the natural. This is a lot of damage going down, actually. But the trouble is there's no mines, so this isn't as powerful as it could be. We are going to see Nyoken pick up and fly away with his shot, with his dropship even. Doesn't want to lose that. The shot, of course, in here to defend. We should just see a couple of Zealots put down there, and that'll stop any more drop shenanigans. But you know what? He can actually just go and drop up here now. He has that option. He knows the base is up there. And now another 3 Vultures have come up. He's going to be looking to try and get some damage done. Mines still not completed. They should be completed fairly soon. 4th factory on the way. +1 upgrades coming in now. Mines are finally here. He's going to try and block off the Dragoons from reinforcing this top base. Great usage of mines, actually, but the trouble is he's running into 3 cannons. And this is the problem I have on ladder, like the amount of cannons that the players I play against build. And you're like, well, I guess I'm never doing Vulture harass again. And that's always a bit of a pain, but we're going to have tanks on the high ground. A great move by Nyoken, really making good use of this dropship. That's going to be able to hit the Nexus. And the units coming in to defend are going to have to push through a ton of mines to get here. And oh, this is even better. Look at this, dropping in the main at the same time. Great tactical play here by Nyoken as he takes down, or nearly takes down the Nexus. Looks like it is going to be cleaned up, but what about the drop in the main? He's going to lose 5 probes already. Going to be 6, going to go into 7 as well. This is just so much damage for Empute to be taking right now. And we can even see a Vulture going into the natural. Is he channeling fantasy? This is the kind of moves I like to play. This, or I like to see, and I like to try and play as well. And this is why I love TVP. Just look at that harassment. There's 6 factories now coming in for Nyoken. His 3rd base is secure behind this. He pulled all of Empute's units back, so he knew everything was defended well back at home. I mean, obviously the Observer is going to scout that the 7th factories coming in, but more and more Vultures moving out, really making good usage of the map features. Tanks moving forward as well. Does need to be careful not to lose those. When you're going for a style like the one Nyoken's playing, you get realistically a lot less tanks. I mean, he's only got 1 machine shop for now, so every single tank here is of utmost importance. Looks like he wants to go for another drop though on that top left base. Now more and more mines being laid down. None of the cannons actually got killed. But there we go. Looks like we are going to have Zealots moving in on the natural expansion of Nyoken. Nyoken trying to hold on. His bunkers doing a lot of good here. But looks like we are going to have Nyoken trying to hold on. He doesn't have actually that many units to defend. The tank at the background dying to the single bolt. Oh man, how is Nyoken going to hold this? He doesn't have that many units. A good mine on top of all the Zealots. But does it matter? Empute has so many units back here. He only has a single tank at the top of this ramp. How can Nyoken possibly hold this? His plan is to go into an SCV drill, but he's laid a mine there. This could be a huge mine drag. It's so close. But it looks like the Dragoon, the mines are actually still there. Zealots landing on top of the tanks. It looks like Nyoken is nearly holding. Now there was another drop, I think, into the main, but the cannon did clear that up. And Nyoken has held his ramp for now, but he's lost a lot of SCVs doing this. He's lost a lot of time as well. Dragoon's going to be clearing up some mines again, but unfortunately for Empute, he didn't know that this base was defended back, or undefended back here, so a little bit less damage than what he could have got, but the tanks are finally going to clean this up. Although these Dragoons may get another tank, he does need to repair this. Very, very good repair by Nyoken. Great reaction timing. And that Dragoon is taken down. Now we do have more Vultures moving out onto the middle of the map. They're going to lay some more mines scanning to see if there's a fourth base up here. Going to check in this location as well. Back at home we do have 8 factories now. 4 Nyoken, so that's 7. He's going to go into 8 now. We should have 2 attack coming in. Now Vultures are going to scan ahead and move back again. They know there's not really too much they can do against 3 cannons. He'll lose a lot of those. And he doesn't actually have that many units right now. So Nyoken's supply is mostly SCVs at this point. Now we are going to have another dropship coming in. If Empute is looking, he is going to see this. Now there is a single Zealot here which will stop any drops, but he's not going to be able to stop another drop in the main. Now Vultures have been loaded up with a tank once again. Vultures are going to be able to drop down here, or be dropped down here and take those out. Now looks like Nyoken trying to move out on the map with the Vultures again, not really getting too much damage done. But here we go, this is another big moment in this game for Nyoken. Nyoken's constant aggression, his constant harassment has not let up this entire game. And the tank on the high ground getting, well, I mean, that was just a couple of kills there. But double shuttles.
I like your style, friend.
And huge thank you, Faust, for the sub. Means a lot, man. We are going to have some, oh wow, nice. He picks up the drop, or the tank, and gets out of there, only losing a single Vulture. And that's the sort of moves that Nyoken wants to make. I mean, he is playing a very harassment-heavy style. It means his tank count is very, very low. Only now is his tank count really going to start exploding. And it almost feels like this game was made for me to watch, because Nyoken knows I love this playstyle. And I mean, I've not really seen too much of his TVP, so I don't know if he plays like this a lot. But I really do appreciate this. Now, these mines are actually quite dangerous. If there's a weird mine drag, that could cause a lot of problems. Now, fourth base is mining here for Empute. We do have a scan going down on top of the Arbiter Tribunal. It doesn't look like there's any Arbiters out yet, so a little bit of a mistake there by Empute. He's running a little bit low on money. Looks like he's going to try. He's queuing up a lot of Zealots actually. It almost feels like the replay's bugged in. Oh, the mines! The mines getting a good chunk of damage down on there. The Vultures scouting out that there are double shot going for his tank, but he takes down another few probes up here. The tank, hot pickup once again. Oh, actually dropping some Vultures into the fire. Does need to save this tank if he wants to. Oh, but using the tank as a little bit of bait. The mine's going to go down on those Vultures, going to do a lot of damage. And it looks like Empute is in a lot of trouble now. Nyoken is actually banking a lot of money though, so this is what makes me feel this is like uncharacteristic of Nyoken. But here we go, looks like Empute feels like he's lost too much. He's moving forward with a lot of army. No attack upgrades done against 2-0 for Nyoken. Now Nyoken does actually have, well, he does have a second armory, but it's not upgrading. He's actually only going into 2-1. Now, there's no way this replay is bugged again, right? I mean, oh wow, Nyoken with the mines up there, actually trying to do some cool micro to clear those up, not actually managing it. But another mine going down on top of the Vultures. The Empute losing a lot of units to Nyoken's very slow and steady push. Now, if he can push to this location, he's going to secure his back bases and also secure a fourth gas. And if there's one thing that Terran has trouble with in these positions, it's securing that fourth gas. So it looks like that's what Nyoken's going to do. He's pushing forward with his tanks, with his Vultures. He's actually not really got that many units here, so Empute may be able to do something, but great target firing on the siege tanks, taking down a lot of these units. And Empute is losing so much. And Nyoken's still trying to hold on, still trying to do what he can. Sorry, Empute trying to hold on, trying to do what he can. He's actually picking up a lot of Zealots again. But that's a little bit unfortunate. Looks like we are going to have the tanks pushing into the natural. I think Nyoken's done it. Empute just doesn't have enough back here. He's not really macroing off of all of his gateways right now. There's no additional gateway farm in the other base. And it looks like that is going to be all she wrote here for Empute as Nyoken gets on top of the natural. This single Vulture, this single Zealot though, it's killed so many tanks. Oh my god, somebody stop that man. But there we go, looks like we are going to have Empute's final units starting to get cleaned up. Nyoken has secured the fourth gas by doing this as well. Nyoken with such a strong force here. 2-1 upgrades have been completed. Empute with not really too much in reserve. And I mean, these two zealots unfortunately aren't going to really help him any longer. Now it looks like we actually can have Nyoken slowly choking out Empute in this game. Now Empute still hasn't tried to add on gateways up here. He doesn't really have all that much money. It feels like his probe saturation has been off. Because I mean he's got a lot of money now, but he isn't really spending it too well, and it's kind of showing a little bit of weakness here in the late game. I mean, I'm kind of speechless as to what's going on right now. Nyoken actually repairing the tank with D-Matrix on as well. What a pimping play. Man, I love Nyoken's CVP. I hope we get to see some more of it later on. But looks like the Arbiter is going to go down as well. Empute's final units are slowly funneling out, and this isn't it from Nyoken. He's got a big army in reserve. They're going to be able to go up to the top middle. There's very, very little that Empute can do. It looks like his plan is going to be a big recall on this fourth base. Is this going to elicit a big... Oh wow, he's actually going to go into the main. He should just recall here. The trouble is he doesn't actually have that many units to recall. And then we've got Goliaths, Vultures, and Tanks heading up to the top middle. Vultures should be able to go over here as well. And I mean, this Arbiter is eventually going to be able to recall. It's got the resources to do it energy-wise. And you can see Nyoken immediately adding on a lot of turrets. He's killed the second base. He's going to kill the third base as well. A little bit uncharacteristic mismarker there, losing a lot of units to those cannons, but realistically, he is so far ahead right now. Nyoken obviously losing his fourth base though to this recall, but that recall is slow and steady. It's going to be a lot of units. That Empute is going to have stuck there. The Arbiter actually going down to this turret, that's a bit of a mistake. And I mean, Nyoken is just going to be able to trap this army in the bottom right-hand corner. The Command Center is going to go down, so that's a little victory. I mean, Nyoken is starting to slowly run away with, or slowly run out of resources in his natural. His main is mined out, but this third base has been taken down. We're going to have Vultures and Tanks in the main as well. And the final army of Empute is actually being taken down in this bottom right location. A great, well-executed push there by Nyoken. Great amount of harassment the entire game. And I mean, Empute just doesn't have anything left. I mean, he's very, very low on money now. His main, very close to mined out. His fourth base is going to go down. There is a DT around here somewhere. It's killing a single Goliath. Not really going to help him too much. Needs to kill these tanks because this Nexus, when this goes down, that's going to be all she wrote. I mean, we're going to have some more units out the front, but Nyoken sending more and more units over there. He's going to rebuild his command center down here. And I mean, there is two DTs here. They are going to take out one of the tanks. Are they going to be able to get the other one? It looks like it might do. No, it doesn't. And that's going to be one dead Nexus. The only remaining mining base here for Empute is going to go down. And these poor probes are going to have nowhere left to mine to. And it looks like another push by Nyoken going to go into the middle of the map. He doesn't have that many units, but neither does Empute. And the thing is, these are 3-2 siege tanks against 0-0-0 on the Protoss. That's not a fight you're going to win with just Dragoons. And I mean, GG! Nyoken takes down Empute to keep the dream alive for media in this series. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just need to quickly pop and make a phone call. So, I'm going to quickly take us to another break. Won't be too long, but when we get back, we'll be watching game number 4 between Media and BuLL. So, see you guys then. Sorry about the break, but I need to make this phone call quite urgently. So, see you guys soon.